So baby, thinking back, do you remember how I got started in real estate?
Those were some fun times. Yes, I remember.
Hey Cashflowpreneurs, so today we want to actually get a little bit more personal and we want to go over the story of how I got involved in real estate. Camilo actually brought me to the business, so how was I all tangled in there?
So before we start there, I want to tell just a minute how I started and what I started doing because it relates to it. So when I said, hey, I want to go 100% in real estate, what I did is I became friends with a very cool guy, and I told him, hey, how about I go work for you for free for a few days, I think it was Tuesdays, for about like 3 months, and I learn from you. You don't need to pay me, just give me tasks so I can learn from you. And I remember coming back home and talking to you on the phone. At the moment, she was my girlfriend, and every day I would tell her like, oh my God, this is so exciting. So I learned these and these and that. And like, you were so energetic and so supportive. And I would tell her like exactly what I did, how I learned, and I was so excited, but I didn't make any money.
Right, you weren't making any money, but the excitement got contagious, and I started to really see the opportunity. If you guys have learned from other videos in the past, we were already doing a network marketing business. So I was passionate about that business and I was very, very active in it. But just from his excitement, I was like, you know what, this is something that I need to pay more attention to. And so I started to get involved. I used to come with him to the open houses and just spend time there with him, even though we weren't getting paid, like he said. He wasn't getting paid because he was the one who was working for this guy. But the guy had told him, hey, listen, why don't you do the open houses for me on the weekends, because I don't want to be there on the weekends. And you grab those contacts, you bring them back to the office on Monday, and we start, calling them and telling them what, different plans for people to buy the properties. And so I tagged along. He's like, do you want to come? I'm like, sure, why not? Let's learn. And, that's how we started to how I started to get involved in real estate.
Yeah, I remember some of these open houses, it was so much fun because we didn't know what an open house was.
Right.
I told this guy, okay, I'll go to the open house. That's fine, Saturday, Sunday, whatever it took. I just want to learn about this. And he's like, okay, so bring a blank sheet of paper so people can write down their phone number, get this business card, get this information. And just grab some snacks because it gets hot, turn the AC on and bring a chair. That's all he said.
Yeah.
So we brought chairs, we got drinks, we thought it was a party. We
brought a speaker.
I remember one day we even brought one of our pets, one of our little dogs to the open house just so he can stay with us. And it's rare and it's different. You never see a dog or a pet by the open house host. But people related to it. It was family and it was funny. It was hilarious, and we learned so much from that. So talking to buyers, what are you looking for, and asking these questions that today, being an investor, we still ask them all the time.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? What's your budget? How much money are you working with? Is this the right area that you're working that you want to be in? And this was a retail buyer open house. These were renovated properties already. So we kind of started backwards, and I'm sure every investor didn't start exactly the way they are doing it right now. They started somewhere and they just started to figure it out, and that's what an entrepreneur does. So it was just funny. It was a cool story, and I remember it a lot. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun for real. And then from there, I actually started to get more involved because I had so many things going on at that moment. I knew that I just wanted to do something significant. I knew I wanted to do something that really paid off the results because I was willing to put in the work, right? And so I was working at a dance studio at the moment as the manager of the office. I was pursuing my bachelor's degree in business. I was
helping your dad,
working with my dad, who's an entrepreneur, in his office, and I was doing the network marketing business. And now adding that to the pot, Camilo asked me to help him out with real estate open houses, and I was like, sure, let's do that. So one thing led to the other. We started to meet more people, and here we are so many years later as wholesalers. I started to do wholesale deals. I started to get deals from other wholesalers, putting them in my list, creating those contacts. I would call them up and tell them, you know, this is Michelle and I want to promote your business. Can I do that? And so we started to build those relationships.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing I knew from her, like, obviously she's super smart, she's pretty and all these things, but she was very driven. And when you start a business, you need that person behind you, pushing you and supporting you. And if I'm doing something that where I'm not being successful, you need that person telling you like, hey, it's fine, you're building something. And the energy that she brought to the business and to me, like, she was pushing me all the time. Like, one thing I knew from day one is she didn't want to be employed. I knew she wanted to be self-employed. We come from entrepreneurial families and parents, and we like to sell, we like to give information, we like to bring value, we need to sell stuff. Like, we like to give our own, like, do our own goals and have our own purpose. So when I saw that in her, I'm like, listen, this could be a way of us not having a roof in our limits, not having a limit in our business, and we can take on. So guys, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know how we're doing. Leave us a comment. Let us know. That was a cool story from you. I remember. It
Yeah,
gives me chills sometimes when I think about that.
Definitely follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and all of our social platforms. We'll see you later.
Take care. Bye.